Zeb, congratulations on your appointment as Academy Director. How excited are you to take on this challenge?
I'm really excited. I think the opportunity to become Academy Director in this football club is a unique one. It's a privilege to be the head of an academy with so many exciting talents, with so many good people. I think everything is here to become world leading in player development. We have the best training facility, we have the best people, we have the most exciting talent in the building. So there's nothing holding us back, and I'm really looking forward to write a new chapter for our academy.
You've worked as head of coaching at the club for the last 18 months now. How have the responsibilities of that role prepared you for this challenge?
I think the 18 months helped me to understand what type of club we are, what's needed, what's the culture. So I was heavily involved in a strategy. What type of academy do we want to be? What type of players do we want to produce? What's the direction we want to go? So I think the close connection with the chairman, with the CEO, with my previous academy director, Craig, we've developed a clear direction of how our academy needs to look like. We know clear KPIs, we know where we need to improve, we know what we're really good at, but we also know certain spaces we want to go to the next level.
How much praise goes to the outgoing Academy Director, Craig Mulholland, who has sort of successfully modernised and he's really enhanced the academy during his time at the club?
If you look at the processes that are in place, if you look at the culture, if you look at the people, I think Craig has done an unbelievable job and built a really strong foundation for me now to write the next chapter. And as I said before, I want to go harder, I want to go quicker, I want to go better. So he's built a really strong foundation, and I think the credit he can take is huge. I think also the return on investment piece, if you look at the sale from Nathan Patterson, has been huge for the club. But we want to go again, and some things we will change. Sometimes we might keep. Sometimes we will evolve and grow. But no, I think Craig has been unbelievable, and also for me personal, I think he took me really close in how does the club work and how can you grow in the role, and relationships are key for me to have. So also for me in personal sense, he's been unbelievable.
And for yourself coming into the role, how would you describe your vision for the Rangers Academy?
The vision is crystal clear. We want to build the most exciting learning environment in sports. And I'm consciously saying in sports because I think we need to be aspirational. I think we need to look out of the window what are other sports doing and take that into our academy. I think we look a lot in the mirror. We know exactly what we're good at and we're not good at. We know where we need to grow, and we know where we already reach a good level of excellence. So looking out of the windows, I want to connect more with best practices in football around Europe, with best academies. I want to connect more with other sports and high performance environments to bring us to the next level. And probably I like the word exciting when we speak about learning and development, because exciting captures so many other words. You speak about creative, innovative, different. So no, that vision of creating the most exciting learning environment in sports is something we really want to push forward and really want to place in a picture. And actually what it means is we want to have the best players in the best environment with the best people. And I think if we combine those things and we build good processes around it, I think the future is exciting. And I think we will produce players, that's for sure.
How much do you hope your experience working as part of the academy set up in Belgium with Royal Antwerp can really provide a fresh perspective into player development here at Rangers?
I think having a reference of how top academies in Europe run, I think is a really good reference for me, and that will help me in terms of how can we replicate best practice from Europe in what we do. Well, I also want to be really careful of, we're doing a really good job in our academy. I think our academy is a really exciting place, not only for the UK, but also in Europe. I think if we compare our processes, the talent we have running in and around the building, the culture, our curriculum, our methodology is unique and is leading in terms of player development all around the world. However, if you just look at Antwerp, having a double last season with 17-year-old players on the pitch, that's what we want and that's what we need. That's what I want to do. I'm really clear. I want to have academy players in a winning Rangers team, and that idea, that mission is really clear. So having a reference of how that looks like can really help me in terms of building and making the next steps. And as I said before, want to go quicker, faster and stronger in what we're doing right now and go again.
And as you aim to bridge that gap between the academy and the first team, it's always important to have that close-knit relationship with the first team manager. How would you describe your relationship with Michael Beale? I
think it's a huge strength. And that was one of the reasons why I was so excited when this opportunity came up. I think the alignment in what we do, the alignment how we see things, the alignment for bringing players from the academy in our first team. I think that Michael sets the door open. It's on us to make players that are good enough, that are ready. And it's on him to take them on board and take them within the first team environment. But I think that conversations, informal and formal, that same lens on player development, that same lens on football, that same lens how a learning environment should look like, is a huge benefit for the club. And that's something what we're really going to use and really want to keep strengthening.
Yeah, and there were 12 different academy players who featured for the first team last season, a significant number who were 2006 born. that certainly shows that the manager is big on youth, doesn't it?
100%, 100%. I think that numbers was a really positive number over the last year. And we did a lot of reviews over the last 5 years. Okay, what type of players are coming to our first team? Even where do they come from? What type of individuals are they? What are their strengths? What are their weapons? However, there's also a big difference between making a debut and staying there. And we want to create sustainable players that not only make debuts, but also come into the first team and stay around the first team and stay on the pitch and becoming a starting 11 players. I think that's what we need to aim for. It's now on us. How can we create an environment that those players keep going and keep developing and growing to become players of the starting 11 that helps Rangers winning?
How important is it that Rangers have a clearly defined style of play, not only throughout the various phases of academy, but that it does mirror the first team and it does help that progression towards the first team?
One of the things we speak about when we speak about player development is adaptability. I think that's key. However, the closer you come to that first team space, the more important is that things are aligned. We want to make players ready, and the moment they join the first team, we want that they are ready to go and play in Ibrox for 55,000 people in the style that the manager wants. At younger age, we speak a lot about variability. We speak about adaptability. That's why we train barefoot. That's why we train on different size balls, on different size pitches. And when they get older, we will see, okay, what can we now start adding to make sure they make the step to the first team? It's really aligned and they're ready to jump in when the manager wants to. And
just lastly, how optimistic can Rangers supporters be generally about the direction of the academy going forward?
Really excited. Even conversations over the last weeks and when we did an academy review, I think we have really exciting talent in and around the building. So we're going to push some older players right now, what we've seen over the last season when we speak about Zach Loveless, Bailey Rice, making their debuts at a really young age. I think that's really exciting, but also what's below that. If we look at our 8s or 9s or 10s, we have so many exciting talent in the building, and it's on us. As I said before, everything is here to become successful. We have the best training ground. I really believe we have the best player developments in our building. We have exciting talent, so everything is here to become world leading in player development and produce the future generations of Rangers players.